We have Leigh Stocker zooming in from Summercrest. Good morning, Leigh.
Good morning, Steve. That must be my theme song. I'm such an angel.
You're something all right. I would never refer to you as an angel, but you have the right to refer to yourself however you see fit.
Yeah. Hey, I always say that our perception of ourselves is quite different than other people's perceptions of us.
Oh, that is quite true.
So I'm just going to go with the angel theory.
Okay. All right.
So thanks for getting me on early a little bit. I of course, I texted you this morning like, I have an appointment coming at 9. I have a woman moving in today who is coming from California.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so her family, she's originally from Claremont, and her brothers and sisters still live in Claremont, so she wanted to be closer to her family. But, it's funny because people think it's such a, it is a process for sure to move into, to move across the country, first of all, but then to move into a senior community. But, my job here is really to make that transition as easy as possible for people. So I thought this was like maybe a good time to talk about really how simple it can be. Mm-hmm. What I do is I'm the marketing director for Summercrest. I also handle the admissions on the side other than the medical side. They don't let me do anything with medical stuff.
It's a good idea.
But it's a good idea.
Keep you far away from that.
Exactly. But so what I do is I facilitate, people moving in, whether it's from Newport or whether it's from California. So it's really not that hard. And people get scared of it because they think it's this big, huge, overwhelming ordeal, which it can be if you let it be. But like I said, my job is to make it as easy as possible. So, it's as simple as coming for a tour, filling out an application, going to your doctor to have a doctor's appointment, and then scheduling a move-in date. Which really, that's all there is to it. So when you're ready, Steve, it's easy. I know you're beating the door down. I know.
I still got a few years, so don't rush me.
Well, probably if it was up to Christine, she'd send you off right now.
I don't know. I think she'll keep me around for a little bit. It'll give me a few years.
Yeah, somebody's got to shovel the snow.
Exactly. Snowblower doesn't blow itself.
What's that?
I said the snowblower doesn't blow itself.
That's right. It's somebody. I shouldn't say this on the radio. It's a long-standing joke about, well, the dishes aren't going to do themselves. It's boy jobs and girl jobs. I know I'm probably going to get a whammy for that, for saying that. But
just buy paper plates. Paper plates, the way to go. You throw them away.
And paper plates are good. My cat eats off of paper plates. So, but I know I'm limited on time this morning. Yes. Thank you for accommodating me for that. But so just want people to know that we are open. We have a lot of move-ins happening. We're getting our new building filled up. So nice. For those who are listening that aren't familiar, we decided to open 28 brand new units of independent and assisted living smack dab in the middle of a pandemic.
Sure. Why not?
So it was, the past year up until February had been kind of quiet. People were hesitant to make a move, understandably so. We got to be careful. But really, there's a lot of movement now. I think with, the vaccine out there and people, more and more people getting vaccinated, people are feeling more confident. And I would like to tout that for
you're frozen again.
It's positive for, so
you froze on me again.
Yep, you're frozen too.
That's fine.
Am I there?
Yeah, I get you now.
Okay. And it's funny, you texted me this morning too. Are you coming in or are we doing Zoom? I totally forgot that I can come in now because I am 2 weeks past my second vaccination. So I can actually go in public.
You can see humans.
I can see humans. It's kind of scary.
I know. I was in a meeting with you last week. I'm like, oh, so this is what you look like.
This is what I look like, only a year older than the last time you had seen me.
A year or more so?
Yeah, it's only a year. It's only been a year.
Jeez, it felt like a decade.
But so it was fun to be able to do that chamber meeting and talk about, everything's kind of pending for chamber activities coming up this spring and summer. But it was really invigorating and exciting to start talking about the potential of doing events again.
Yeah, like you said, everything's pending on a couple approvals, but I think we're all now talking about moving forward with life again.
Yes, I know. This thing called life.
Well, one thing that was good to see is up at Summercrest, you guys are now doing in-person visits.
We are doing in-person visits. So we started scheduling those last Monday. So if anybody wants to do an in-person visit with a friend or a family member that they have that lives at Summercrest, they would contact Barbara Rabtoy, who's our resident services director, and she can be reached at 863-8181. Just ask for her by name, or her extension is 304. So people can schedule in-person visits here. But the other really exciting thing is residents can go out and not have to quarantine when they return. Typically for the past year, until very recently, if somebody left, they of course have that right. They are their own person. They can make that decision. But what had to happen when they returned is they would need to quarantine for 14 days. So nobody wants to do that. So people were leaving very infrequently. Medical appointments were exempt from that. So if somebody had a medically necessary appointment, they could go to that and not have to quarantine upon return. But if it was anything like going, to family dinner, going out shopping, going, anything other than medical appointments, people had to quarantine for 14 days. So they don't anymore. Anybody who's been vaccinated and is 2 weeks past that second vaccine, they can go out and live life, which is obviously really important for all people, but more specifically for our older residents that live here that, were missing their families and missing all these things that they had the ability to do for 90 years. And all of a sudden, nope, sorry, can't do that.
Right.
So it's been exciting. I've seen a lot of ladies coming back looking tip top because they've gone out to get their hair done.
Oh yeah.
Or they've gone out for pedicures or manicures, and there's just a really exciting feeling up here right now.
And plus the weather is getting better, and you've got all that sunshine beaming in through the big old glass windows.
Absolutely. See, I can show you my big old glass window
Look
right
at
there.
That.
Look at that, fancy.
Your desk's a little messy there, Leigh. A little messy.
You have no idea. This is clean. See, the thing is it's clean. It's just cluttered. But, I've heard one time somebody told me, if you find a marketing person that has a tidy office, it means they have too much time on their hands. So.
I guess so.
I'm proving that theory correct.
Okay. And you've been in here many times. You obviously know I have nothing to talk about.
Oh, God. You have spam from like 1964 on your desk.
It's going to explode.
Is that what you're waiting for? How long does it take for it to explode?
No, I don't want it to explode.
Oh.
This is my collectible spam. But,
is it expired yet?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Oh, it's way expired. But like the pull cap right there,
yeah,
it's starting to lift up. Like the can I used to squeeze and it would make a noise, like the dunk 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 noise. Now I'm scared if I squeeze it, it's gonna explode on me. So,
it's like the adult Jack in a Box.
Yes, but it's like a I don't know, 20-year Jack in a Box. Like you just don't know when it's gonna explode.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't make plans to come in. It'll probably explode and hit me in the head.
Shrapnel everywhere. It's going to be that like aluminum cutting can, the one that you sliced your fingers on when you were in like 6th grade. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
it's. Do you have one can of spam or two? Is there?
I have
more than one.
I have 3.
Oh, yeah. So we can speak about clutter. At least my stuff is necessary.
It's a collectible. It's collectible cans. I'm a collector.
Can you sell it for money?
You know what? Some things are so valuable that you don't want to even risk it.
Just put it in the will. Pass it on to Harper.
I will. When I pass on, she'll have, some delicious food made by Hormel.
She'll have spam. It's called spam. It's not delicious food.
Hey, did you clean the back of your office too? It looks different.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is kind of interesting. I used to have a table back there that had a bunch of clutter on it. But with my woman who's moving in today, her stuff is being shipped from California. So it's not here yet. So we had to make arrangements to have a full apartment full of furniture for her. And what we were missing was a small, like, kind of dining room table. So we snagged the table from my office and the chairs and put that in her apartment so that she, since this woman who's coming has not been double vaccinated yet. She gets her next one tomorrow. So she will have to quarantine for coming in for 2 weeks. But if new residents are moving in and they have been double quarantined, they don't have to do that. I'm sorry, double vaccinated. Yes. They don't have to do that 2-week quarantine.
Oh, okay.
When they move in.
Excellent.
So there's a lot of perks for, the vaccine. And I have not yet grown a third head or anything. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
That's good. Congratulations.
So. Yeah, thanks. And I don't know if we've talked about this before. It's interesting. So my husband, Brandon, has had his second vaccine as well. And so he got really sick the next day. He ended up with a fever and chills and stuff like that, which is to be expected. Those are the said side effects of the vaccine, which are similar to many vaccines. Or you don't get anything. And I actually did not feel sick at all. I remember being really tired the next day, like late in the afternoon, and I took a nap, which is unusual. But other than that, I did not have any side effects from the first or the second round of vaccines.
Well, they say the younger you are, the more it hits you. So
that is not true.
I think that's why you felt fine, and then he was like wrecked.
Well, he is younger than I am.
Exactly. See?
So, okay, yeah.
You gotta trust the science.
I'm a cradle bobber. But this is what I figured. I figured, men die sooner than women. So if I'm a few years older than he is, we're likely to kind of have our lights burn out at the same time.
Well, that's a morbid way of looking at it. All right, Leigh, it's 8:46. I know you got your thing going on, and it's a big thing happening today. So I'll let you get to work, and
very good.
I'll talk to you in 2 weeks. But if somebody is interested in moving in, you have brand new apartments, like brand spanking new apartments in the new wing, and also do you still have some older ones too?
I do. Right now, I do have some of the original apartments, and the original apartments are beautiful. They're actually bigger than our new apartments, so some people kind of gravitate towards that. Some people like the newness. So I do have lots of options for people. So they can call me at 863-8181. Or email me at lstocker@summercrest.net.
It is Leigh Stocker zooming in from Summercrest, 863-8181.